Hey guys, today we'll try to understand named ranges which are available in Google Sheet. This is one of the important feature of Google Sheet or any spreadsheet as such, where you try to simplify things while working on various aspects of Google Sheet. Now, what are name ranges? Now, Google Sheet allows you to name cells or ranges of cells so that you can easily refer to their contents from anywhere in your Google Sheet. So once you name a particular content, which will show you how to do it, you can refer it from anywhere. Yeah. You can name anything from a single cell to an entire table. Yeah. Now, but there are restrictions to it. Now, when you're naming a particular cell, you can name it from 1 to 250 characters only. While naming those ranges or cells, you can only use letters, numbers, or underscore. You cannot start with the named range with a true or false. Yeah. You cannot use spaces or punctuation as well, which I'll show you. Cannot contain cell references or syntax. Now, what is the purpose of name ranges then? Why are we using it? The main purpose of name ranges is to make it easier to work with data. Since you don't need to copy and paste values or remember cell references, the chances of making mistake are lower and your formulas look cleaner and easier to read. So let's understand how to create a name range first. So what I'll do, suppose I want to give a name to the entire quantity cell here. Yeah. So what I'll do is I'll select this range, or simultaneously what I can do is I can go to data. I can say named ranges, say add range. I would, as I said earlier, I can have 1 to 250 characters only for this name range. So if I have to give a quantity, total quantity, the total characters in this name should be 1 to 250. 250 is the max. I cannot have a space in between or any kind of punctuations space. If I try to save it, it will give me an error, you see? And it will tell you what all things you cannot add to it. So you cannot add space. I cannot add a punctuation like at the rate or a comma. Yes, if I try to say done, it will again give me an error. Yeah, I cannot start it with a true, I say true quantity. So if I do that, it will add an error. But again, if I put it as true, see, it will not take it. So true is a keyword in Google Sheet which cannot be used for naming a range. This is what I was talking about. Nor I can give a cell reference. So cell reference as such is, suppose I go to store keys. Yeah. The cell reference here is A1. So if I try to use A1 here, it will not take it. Cell references are also not. So it has to be plain characters. So I'll say total quantity, or I can use a underscore as a separate. So underscore is accepted. So now we start naming array. So what we wanted to do is we want to name this entire quantity as total quantity. So I'll select the range. I'll select this entire range. Yeah. And I'll say okay. And I'll say done. So I have this range as total quantity. So it's very easy to name a range. I can just select one column, or I can select this entire data and I'll say add range, entire data, and I'll say done. Yes. So this is how you easily add a name range to your data. Now you will say, what is the use of adding a name range? Now this helps you in a very easier way. So suppose I want to get a sum of in formulas most often. So suppose I want to get a sum of quantity. So I'll say A is equal to sum, and since I have the name range, I will type total quantity. You see, I got this and I will press enter. I have got this 51, which is the sum of this entire quantity. Now I can use it anywhere. Even if I go to some other sheet, which I'm going right now, and I'll say is equal to sum. This time I'll use average. How it matters, I'll tell you in some time. Total quantity. Yes. Now I've got an average of total quantity. Now on this sheet number 17, I have average quantity, average. And in the raw data, I have the total sum of the quantity. Yeah. Now, if I have to write a simple formula of summing, it's equal to sum, and I have to select this range. Yes, 51. This is again a sum by actual selection. Again, here I'll do an average by actual selection. Average of raw data quantity. Now you see this above 51 we have got by the way of using name range, and the below by actually referencing it. And on sheet 17 we have one with name range and the other with actual formula with the cell referencing. Now suppose I have another row being added in my raw data. So suppose I add another row, I'll copy one more row and add 20 as the quantity. You will see if I go to the formula where I have added the cell reference, I have to go to each this cell separately 11 and select the new added quantity. Again, I have to go to this sheet and again I have to add the new selected quantity. Yes, but if I had a name range, I have to just go and change the cell reference. So I have to make it 11 here. Say done. It will change both. So it has changed my cell reference, the name range for sum, and it has also changed the name range for average. So this becomes very simple when you're working with formulas where you have a similar structure or similar data being used across various formulas, and you want to manipulate this and this specifically when you have huge amount of formulas and data. It becomes very handy to play along the formulas without bothering what was the content of that formula. Yeah. The second most important thing that you can use name ranges for linking a particular sheet. So suppose I have this quantity here. Yes. And I want to insert a link. You know how to insert a link, which I have shown in my earlier video. You can say insert. I say link. Yes. I go to sheet and name ranges. And if you scroll down, you will get the two name ranges that we have created. So if I click on total quantity, yes, it will give me a link. Now, if I click on this link, it will take me to the data where this particular data is available. So if I click on here, say you see it has taken me to the quantities column where the data is available. Yeah. So this is how you can use name ranges in terms of formulas, making your formulas easier. Also, linking some of your crucial data which you want to reference it later. Other important thing that a cell reference is being used for is having data validation. Yeah, we have checked data validation, but we'll further check it in my further videos when we totally deep dive into data validations. But right now, for name ranges, what you can do is go to data, say data validations. Yes, you can see that on the right hand side, you have the data validation rules being open up. I say add rule. Yes, I'll say drop down from a range and I'll select is equal to total quantity. The name of the range that we have said. What was the name of the range? So let me see. Invalid. I said had underscore. Okay. Quantity. Oh, this is right. I see. I need to remove this. I said done. Okay. Now, since I have this drop down, let's see whether you see the quantity has started appearing in the list. So you can use it for data validations. So we saw the use of name ranges. It could be in three ways. It uses your formulas. It helps you to reference the important data in your Google Sheet, and also you can use it for data validation. Hope this helps you in managing your data well. Thank you so much. Just one more thing before leaving this session. You can edit the existing name ranges, yes, by going to again data, name ranges. You click on the range which you want to edit. You click on the pen icon which is available here, click on edit. You can edit the range or you can delete the range if you do not require. So if how do you delete it? You click on this bin box which is available next to the name. Click on delete, it will say remove. So this is how you remove the range. Thank you so much.